See the ribbon cutting for the Webster Highway garage.
No, I didn't.
That thing's a beaut, 80,000 square feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
How big is ours?
40,
Twice the size.
that's twice the size.
Wow.
Now we need more.
Yeah.
We just need one.
That's-
Was the design for
Go
that?
easy.
Yeah, in part. Yeah, parts of it.
But we do,
They-
parking expensive
But
equipment
it's
outside,
like, there's like.
always
three
bothers
revisions.
me. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Right.
Doesn't make sense, right,
There's
yeah.
definitely some things that are.
Even if we build that for
Definitely
advanced
advancement.
parts, from
Right.
that kind of stuff in. Yeah, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Used our design to build it.
Well, not the whole design, of like just.
How
Oh,
is
you
it?
added to it.
There's
so-
probably at least a dozen Howie bars have been used this design.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, well,
And we
it's-
haven't gotten a penny on it.
No,
Right
not
now.
one, Terry.
but it's like I said, it's gone through several iterations. So, but it's Webster is probably the most advanced barn we have out there right now.
Well, a dozen.
There's been a few.
Yeah, I just.
Not all sorts of dozen. I'm so close to it though. So it's 7 or 8.
All right, well, let's get started. First
Okay.
item on the agenda is North Road,
All right.
where we are, or where we're going.
Well, we've made our award, so now we're waiting for the contractor to get all their bonds and insurances together. So we can assemble contracts, sign agreements, and then we can schedule a pre-con meeting. The contractor obviously wants to get out as soon as possible. And in the background, while this is all going on, I'm working with Jim to go ahead and to acquire all the precast units. The catch basins and the manholes, I don't think are gonna be an issue at all. We've been working with Pistner and those are gonna start coming in. We gotta get back to the contractor with a timeline. So once I think Karen comes back around with the next round of revised shop drawings, then we'll get a deadline at that point in time.
So the things that you want to pre-order. So I haven't approved requisitions yet, because I meant to ask this in finance yesterday and I totally forgot. Where is the money coming from for those pre-order items?
It's coming from a
Capital project.
Highway.
100. It's called North Road Complete Streets.
Okay, so and there is funds in there,
Yes.
North Road complete, alright,
Yes.
because we gotta, alright. And that, so we don't have to do any budget transfers for it, it's just coming straight out of.
Correct.
For complete streets, alright.
And the board made a decision. In our walk.
Way back when.
I know we talked about it, I
Yeah.
couldn't remember, and that's why I was gonna bring it up at finance yesterday, and I just forgot,
Okay.
but it's alright, I'll get those approved, I don't wanna approve because. Well. Then I think I gotta look at the codes again, cause I think they're in as. I thought they were in as a capital project, so there's some showing negatives,
Correct. It will show negative.
okay. But they're still coming out of complete streets.
Yeah, we have enough money in there to cover this stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. good.
Yeah, it's only like 70-something thousand dollars total with 2 requisitions.
Yes, well, we got one more coming once we get
Okay.
the that just finished the catch basin, so I'll wait for
Yeah, so we got through catch basins and the manholes, now we gotta do the storm chambers. So Contact, they got back to us with a schedule, you
I
can
saw
see
that,
it, yeah,
yeah.
so it's a little bit longer than I think what we were led to believe when we were initially back to them. So, it may require us to have like a temporary, like. We might have to like put a pipe in to bypass it temporarily, I don't know, cause those units are like the second unit. We go from the 10-foot manholes right into the storm chambers. So if those storm chambers are gonna be a couple months out, that'll delay our nosy, so we'll probably just have them run a pipe through and then we'll have to come back and then.
No issue with that stuff overflowing, running out on somebody's. property.
No, it's all
It's
water goes
it's the storm chambers are just like, all they do, there's a mesh thing in it, basically just collect.
No, I mean, if we don't have those in
Oh,
in time and we get it. you
it
know,
doesn't do anything with flow attenuation or anything like
So
that.
so we'll be able to address that without those
Yeah,
there. So-
it's all, the flow is all passed through, this is just like it's like a,
Yeah,
it's a mesh that just catches stuff,
so
so.
explained it before.
Yeah. So it doesn't, yeah, there's no real flow attenuation, so it's not gonna impact anything that way. It's just a matter of, we'll probably have to temporarily pipe through that area. So to continue on,
Or if they could get the cast unit here and ship the separator later.
Well, that's the whole thing, is like, he's gotta have the units fabbed, if you read his email, so like. We just got the emails, like the pre-submittal. Today, which I think Dave will have going back to him right before lunch. We just talked about it, the only thing we asked him to do is put a 6-inch base flange on all of them.
Good.
Is it, for whatever reason, only the 4-foot had a base flange and then the 5-footers didn't, but the 5-footers are probably more prone to float than the 4-footers, so. I was like, just ask for base flange on all of them. So. Once that goes back to him, then. I think the precaster comes back with another round of shops, basically saying, okay, this is what the final product is, we'll have to approve that, and then from that, it's like 6 weeks. So there is some steps that we kind of have to go through. Nardozzi's already put in the RFI to. Number one, they wanted our CAD files like immediately. Number two, they wanted the shops and the schedule for all the precast units. So, they're obviously looking to get started as soon as possible, so. I'm gonna get someone down to go ahead and take pre-con photos, so I'll probably have that scheduled, I would say probably next week. Someone come down, take pre-con photos of the whole corridor.
When do you anticipate that there would be, they would get what they need together? An actual starting dig.
So. Once we have their bonds and insurances, Terry, then I can tell you when we can have a pre-con, and then we'll know that we'll have a notice to proceed.
Couple weeks,
So, yeah, I would guess they're probably gonna have their bonds and insurances together probably in the next. Yeah, couple weeks, so maybe we schedule a pre-con meeting for the end of the month, or it might be like just after the 4th. So I think we always kind of talked about starting just after the 4th anyways, so that would kind of,
But still
that's still in the realm.
reasonable.
Yeah.
Do we
so-
need to have our funding before they start, or can they start?
No.
Or we,
No, we'll be fine, like, cause they have to have progress first, so it's not like they show up on the site and they're like, here's a bill.
oh, yeah,
Like, they gotta
I
do
figured
stuff,
that, I just didn't know
and then
before they
and
can
then
start, we had to actually have our funding in place.
right, so, well, you have all the legality is already
Yeah.
there, so. But if they start in July, that means you're not gonna have to make a payment till August.
Yeah.
So, and I think that was always the intent, was to close on the financing in August. So you'd have the money at that point in time.
Yeah,
We should
we,
close in July, so it's ready for us.
Yeah,
and
well,
we're
that's what I'm
meeting-
saying, but that was the last kind of timeline we talked with DPD, was that we'd have the money available in August.
Yeah, we got a call with them on Monday with BPD.
and the rate's still up in the air, right? The rate of that of our,
Yeah, it is.
it's
We haven't-
unless we
we
sign.
haven't Signed anything to.
Yeah, so that
lock
rate's
in.
still up in the air,
Yeah.
yeah.
Monday, we got a call with them to go over the next steps.
Right.
Right, it is Monday. I think Monday.
Jim's probably right though, John, we should probably try to get that in, have that money.
Well, absolutely, yeah.
So
Yeah,
that,
so we'll find
that
out,
first bill, we're not welching on our.
yeah, we'll find out more on Monday, what the next steps are and when, if, whatever the schedule is going to be, and hopefully at that point we go lock in whatever rate is available here soon.
Yeah, that first pay app is probably gonna be, a good chunk of the mobilization, a little bit of gentrifications.
Trail addition.
Yeah, trail stuff, like, so it's probably not gonna, it'll be a decent amount, but it's probably not gonna be overwhelmingly gigantic, because they're not acquiring the precast units. So if they're acquiring the precast units, then they more than likely ask for a little bit more, so, not to say that that's, anything of real significance, but. Probably the bigger payouts will be, once you get the
Yeah.
temper over,
Yeah.
will probably be payouts.
Initially, once that the pre-can's done and they got everything assembled, ready to go, when would the road start being closed to any traffic? Not, it's not gonna.
Well, we asked them to give a notification 2 weeks prior, right, so they gotta put up the message boards.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering about, putting
So-
something board out.
Yep, yeah, they have to put the message boards up, and, so.
See July, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Well, we'll put it up.
and all that will have to happen. Honestly, like, after the notice proceed, because they really legally can't show up to the site, because they're not covered by any bonds or
Right,
insurances,
sure.
like, no one has any coverage, so, they maybe we want a message board sooner, I don't know.
I like to know their schedule.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those are some of the initial submittals that we'll get, is like their work plan, their traffic control. their schedule, all that stuff will come in.
So it made it sound like they should have their bonds in like 3 days, so it's been more than 3 days.
Yeah, that's when he said that, I just kind of, I was like, okay, I'm like, I know that doesn't ever seem to work that way. It usually takes a few weeks, for the bonds and insurances to come in, and then we have to check them.
Right.
And then there'll probably be a revision cycle, because normally, like, we don't get like all the accords, or, all the, additional insured aren't identified, whatever, that we have to kind of go through all that, make sure that's clear, and then we'll be able to assemble contracts. So. Like I
So
said,
most people think the construction is the complicated part.
Yeah.
well, it's just getting, it's
Oh, yeah, I
making
know.
sure all these contractual things are kind of, taken care of, ahead of time, that way everybody's protected.
Too many lawyers out there.
That's for sure.
Well, it's moving, and that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
After all these years of, trying to get this thing organized now. Underway, so that's good. All right. Water master plan,
Yeah,
done, right?
no, we're starting next week.
yeah,
So we'll be several days. Probably 2 weeks worth of work, I bet.
you should be getting some forms from Ryan, hopefully.
Yeah, they-
Today, yeah, to basically fill out all the data, for the test.
Yeah.
So, it sounds like, Derek made some tweaks to the testing, but it's got to send to you as well.
So each location probably take about 5 people to do it, between opening the hydrant, open the valve, close the valve, watch the PRV, recording the data. There's quite a bit of great coordination for each site, so 5, 6 people will be out there at a time, different spots in the town doing stuff.
How many different spots?
6, 7,
There was,
7 altogether, so.
Yeah.
So you'll see us out there, and maybe just standing there doing nothing, but wait to be told what to do, but.
all right,
I can't be here to, I'll run out the street, and do this real quick, and so.
so there's a significant data collection lift as part of this, and then once that's done, then we could go through and update the model, or finish updating the model with the information, and then that we should be able to really kind of chug through it for a major part of the report.
But it'll start next week.
Yeah.
Good.
You'll have water flowing. Which is what do you wanna do with all this wet water?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ideal time to do it too.
Oh, yeah, sure, we'll get some unhappy residents, so,
Yeah. Just don't aim it in my yard, I don't need any more. So.
no, absolutely not.
Speaking of, well, we don't have a lot of stormwater going on now, right?
Storm water, it rained hard at the south end of town last night.
Yeah.
It washed all of our hydro seed off the stormwater ponds in Onondaga. Everything we just seeded too.
Oh, so that's,
Seeded,
yeah.
But I mean, I expected it to rain that hard, it usually won't rain, but.
Down hard,
It only drizzled in my house. It stayed just the south part of town.
All south.
C-Mac walked out last night too, that
Yeah.
concert.
I'd come over here to get another dump sticker and I left and I got about halfway down Middle Cheshire Road, holy crap, it just. The water came down like crazy. It was like 5 minutes.
Yep.
Off to the east.
Yeah,
I guess
see?
over to the east, there's not damage. but it's so-
Tornado
Well, halfway
warnings,
down
still
the
in
track,
trail.
yeah.
Yeah, they had some real weather,
I think
3 inch
that's
hail, yeah. Yeah, that's gonna
That's
do a job on your
a
car,
huge
yeah.
imagine.
Yeah.
Well, so stormwater project right up, cause we've got Jewel Road. What we've been working on with Kevin Albany. Pretty much done. But we just need some dry weather to get the seed in the ground for Jewel Road. We're over
We got
to,
just pulling more material out or,
we put in a bunch of drainage.
yeah.
We made, I'll say, small retention areas to capture peak flows that come from small gullies. We try to direct water in away from properties, and then
Was that all up in that area where you
Yeah.
had the? You can direct you more water.
Yeah, so basically from Dual Road north over to, oh. what's that? It doesn't matter, it was far north as we could to do as much as we can done. And help reduce sediment, stuff like that
Yeah.
going down. Now we have the oats here. We have the seed, we just need the weather to get us out there to fit the ground to put it in.
So how are you gonna no-till that? Who's doing it?
We got Charlie Miller is gonna be doing the
So
drill.
he's gonna plow it up then?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then we got Pete DeHaan's got that drill for alfalfa.
yeah.
He's
So you
gonna
got your
drill
fingers
for-
crossed, no more rain.
Yes,
Cause
what
you
we need
that could be,
is- yeah.
that'll be another washout for sure.
So once it's drilled, we're gonna cast oats on it,
Mhm.
just to get it to.
Spring up real
spring up
quick, yeah,
Quick, get some
yeah,
root strength there.
right,
And I'll let the hay come in behind it.
yeah.
That's the goal, just, I don't know how we're getting to it, we're gonna start the other project here on. Right now, 5 to 20, that goes towards the Zion Church,
Mhm.
we're gonna start that project. This week, got the equipment and stuff out there, so we're gonna create that berm and some.
Where's this, I missed that, right?
Over here on 5 and 20, as you turn to 21, there's that yellow house.
Okay.
So to the north of that, there's a cross culvert that comes out of 5 and 20, it goes to the Zion Church with Sucker Brook. We're gonna build a berm there and do some drainage work there to help store the peak flow before it goes to Sucker Brook.
Hmm.
Okay. And
You know, just as an aside, that firm you guys put in on Richland property is doing the job of, I mean, we haven't had 100-year or 500-year storm, but
no,
all the rain we have had, there's, I won't wanna say constant flow, but the change in elevation of the flow out in front of my house is minimal. It's just, it's there, but we haven't had any massive amount of water, so
okay,
that's working and metering it out at a, you know, slower pace.
Slower pace. okay,
Now, as soon as we get a 500-year storm, which,
right,
you know, anytime, but we'll see what it does, but so far it seems to be doing, my neighbor next door, channel he dug is, there's grass stuff growing in the house, so it slows it down a bit, but he hasn't seen, you know, any greater flow either, so
okay,
working. And the one down in the field there,
field there,
that's where it's trapped, so.
it's working, and we're gonna do one more, on the other side of Bill Cheshire where Pete behind works that land for, to the west side of your property. Now,
What, right across from me?
yeah,
Oh,
That-
for Carol
Carol
Welch?
Welch.
Yeah.
So there's a cross culvert underneath Wells Curtis Road, we're gonna, again, build a
Oh, down there.
dam structure to hold peak flows from getting to Mentee Point. And we're gonna put that field to alfalfa,
The whole field? Oh, yeah, good.
so. But we have the seed, we just need the weather,
Yeah.
you know, gotta be out there and actually work the ground so you put it in, so,
Yeah,
okay, then. We got that event coming up July 9th. The one that Kevin O'Leary's put together for the fundraising of. Oh,
The watershed deal.
watershed,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
thank you.
like at dinner at everybody's house.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, so. That's
that's it.
$500 a person.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Friends of the lake or
Friends of
whatever they call it, right, everybody's, the Sands, the Wegmans are all in,
Get together.
can eat
You know
dinner with,
which house you're going to.
eat dinner with Danny, yeah, I know, I know where I'm gonna be for dinner that night.
You guys come around 32.
Yes.
So that's coming up here shortly also, so.
I think MRB is sponsoring us for that.
Yeah.
500's a plate.
Not bad, I'm great, shit.
Which one of you are going?
That's funny. Well, for Oneida Park, we worked into the next phase of soil and erosion control out there. It's going decent. I like to go a little faster, but between being. It's been raining so much and we're trying to pave, we're trying to do highway work there, so I'm a little. I got trying to keep there all the time, but by the end of June, we'll have that done and cleaned up, or we'll get out there for the summer. Let people do what they gotta do, and then we'll come back and, after Labor Day, cause. We got stuff going on, Bob, and it's just not worth the aggravation that we're going through right now, so.
And it's only gonna get busier there, and people are pretty good with it, but you're right, when it gets to be 4th of July, they don't wanna drive around bulldozers and
No.
stuff, yeah, yeah.
No, and we've been, it's a block in a row, but people up there were in the way, cause we're
People aren't complaining too much,
not
so
too
they're-
much.
yeah, a little grumpy, but not bad, yeah.
I agree, so.
They could pay the $5.
Jim, is Murph doing the SWIP inspection?
Yes,
Really good.
exactly,
Okay, sure.
yeah, we get that done each week, we've been pretty good, we had a couple of things to put up on, so. And
What's gonna happen right at the entrance on County Road 16 where you
Okay,
plot away part of the bank, is that? I mean, it's just gonna be seeded and,
yeah, we'll seed it, bring in soil and seed that, but I still gotta bring the water main through there, so.
Hmm.
We'll get to that, I got material here, but I don't wanna get rid of that sycamore tree in the corner, cause that was. Pointed out, but I thought that'd be not the best idea,
no,
so. I was like,
they're before us.
we'll move some things around to get around that, so.
So you put more drainage in it, I see there's a bigger,
A 24-inch pipe there, now we gotta put one bigger going toward it's going. So. Get that done, so that will carry the water and emergency overflow, and if it overflows, so. Great.
I know everybody here knows this already, but for the sake of the meeting, we did not get the hometown grant award, which was the $50,000 for put in for one of the accessible cabins. So I'll reapply for the next quarter, should do July 1st.
And following up on that, we had a phone call to talk about the upcoming CFA application for the parks. So, I think I owe some correspondence back to Emily, but. I think for the most part, we're basically gonna target mostly the bathhouse, because of like what you can get, and it's a 50-50 match, we don't wanna put the whole project in, cause then. We would only get a smaller portion of grant dollars relative to the overall, so. We submit for the bathhouse, and then whatever is left over, maybe we do another submission the following year. To wrap
See what
those funds up,
happens.
yeah, and see what happens.
Could get something,
Yeah, parks, I mean, like I said, parks people are primed for it, so, they're expecting this application.
good.
those, email Jared sent out yesterday about 2 grants.
Yeah, I put that on my list here to talk about as
Okay.
well, cause I'm a little confused about it too, the NPS and MPG grants, cause we got those also last year, so these are additional. Grants,
No.
these are just top of those,
So this is basically just the MW, it's the compliance aspect of it, so
okay,
it's the culvert planning grant, so I sent it off to Lori, she'll kind of take care of the majority of that, and she'll come back to you guys. And then for the other ones for the MS4 mapping, which
that's the
With
shared
that
one with the city,
that's
right?
one I still got, I mean, I gotta propose something, it's a matter of just trying to figure out
Okay.
exactly what to propose now, so.
So I'm not doing anything with these.
No,
I just want you to be aware
yeah,
that we actually were here, congratulations, you've been awarded, we do
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, it's just.
Well, cause we got the letters last year, we were,
Right.
so that's why I got confused, cause it was a whole nother award letter, and so I'm like.
well, this
okay,
time they give you an award letter and they say, here's all the.
Here's your
regular
next,
plans. Here's all the stuff
5
you have to do.
steps, yeah, alright.
And here's how you guys spend it,
Yeah,
Alright.
and all the
part.
other stuff.
Yes.
So,
So,
the one, the mapping with the city.
Mhm.
Any more conversations with the city or?
I've had conversation with Kevin to help coordinate between the two of us. He's been overly busy getting ready for this upcoming event, so,
Oh, yeah,
and he's losing staff again, so, yeah,
somebody leave them?
so. He's a little shorthanded.
so I mean, as I have it right now, I'm formulating a proposal that's only dealing with the town's half, because I'm not sure what the city's gonna do.
I know Peter Vertler's been talking about it, I
Yeah.
just don't know his
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just feel like Peter's gonna go this way and the town's gonna go that way.
It's possible,
That's probably a good observation. That's all happens frequently.
Yeah, it just seems like they wanna go in a different
Just about
direction,
every
so.
area.
Right, that's what I mean.
But that's why it's like I'll write it up as for basically the town's half, we'll include GIS setup for the MS4 mapping inspections. Then we'll include GIS mapping, and then probably include a component for data acquisition as well. But if you look at what's on the list and what's there to do, let's be honest, there's like probably 4 times the amount of that grant of work to do. So we're gonna basically do what we can,
Right.
and then we'll have to probably maybe reevaluate, maybe have to reapply, in successive years for this grant. Yeah, to kind of continue, but I mean, almost everybody's in the kind of the same boat. It's like, you're not gonna get 100% of what's on it. I mean, there's this from the grant. Good. Brought it with me. From the grant application, everything that's highlighted, or at least noticed is in progress or not started, are all items that need to be addressed. So I just was going through and trying to highlight the items that I think that we could at least help with. It's front and back, so. But if you go through that and you look at it, I'm like, there's so much to do. There's almost no way that you can do that for that amount of funds.
You spend all the money just
Applying.
Well, so I mean, the biggest thing is I think at least getting the GIS set up to be able to do everything that's on the list, right? And then, how much mapping you do is going to be dependent upon what data that you collect. So I'm gonna probably give you a proposal. It's just gonna be an hourly, not to exceed, because I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what we're gonna get done.
well,
And I've been trying to prep, my office, and like, I'm gonna write a relatively ambiguous proposal because I'm not terribly certain what I can say. This is all gonna be done because we don't know how many points are out there. You don't know how many points are out there. See, nobody knows how many points are out there. So all we're gonna do is we can attribute, staff and time, and we can get what we can get done.
You just use the money to buy a drone.
Has a drone, right?
They might.
Or-
Well, I think we.
Oh, we do want one.
surprised it's.
So it sounds like John wants one.
I don't have a license to fly it, so.
Right.
Well, you can get one though, I mean.
Yeah, you can get one, yeah.
Coker has a drone.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Paul Coker, the
Yeah.
guy I would do the survey with,
Oh,
So.
yes.
get some Ukrainian in here to run it.
Yeah.
It's been doing pretty good lately, huh?
The whole warfare with drones it's getting really close to like when it's all at some point it'll be all
Oh,
non-sentient people out there fighting.
Well, yeah, Star Wars, all those.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how vulnerable we are to it.
Yeah.
Very vulnerable. Yeah.
So I just wanted to at least bring that to your guys' attention. I'll try to have a proposal together and I'll send it down to you probably on Monday. So you guys kind of hopefully digest that. But I don't know if we need to check in with Kevin, because I'm like, again, I don't know how.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what lift Kevin was gonna do as part of this overall thing. And if whatever he was gonna do was gonna be part of the grant.
Mhm.
I don't know what, so I'm assuming that I'm just chunking the 45 and we'll take care of it. I do have to have a $9,000 MWBE sub. So
Yep.
I gotta find a sub that will do something that's beneficial.
Coker, there's some
They-
fell through or.
They're not state certified for MWBE just yet.
Yeah.
They're still working through still working through it. But even that, like, I don't, I need someone who's gonna be more GIS based, so we briefly talked about, there's a firm that we'd worked with before that they can help with the survey 1, 2, 3 forms.
Is Robbie able to do, are they
They could do survey, but I mean,
I mean, like, are they any sort of minority women?
oh no, they are.
Okay,
They're yeah, they're an MBE. But I don't, again, it's just survey at that point in time, so. I mean, that 45 grand, I would, you can probably spend just on them to go out and do like a road, so. Maybe because you're gonna pay, prevailing wage rate and everything that goes along with it. So that's why, I tread lightly and I call them data acquisition, so I can use technicians versus licensed surveyors and stuff like that.
okay,
Grants are a blessing and a curse,
Yeah,
that's sure.
Yeah, well, it's like I said, this is just one of those things because of all the people that that are involved with us. There's just, it's hard to know exactly what is I'm gonna do. So that's why I'm just gonna put it out there, and I'm assuming someone's gonna say, yeah, let's like this, or no, let's revise the scope and take this out or add this in, whatever. But I'll at least include a grant admin component for the overall grant.
That's pretty much.
Is that
something.
fair?
I got
Tigger?
no,
I got two more things. This
Oh,
came
go
up so
ahead.
quick, I just didn't have anything, and then I was thinking of things this morning, I'm like, oh yeah, let me talk about. Easier one is, or quicker one is, and this just came up. This probably could have run through finance, just but our meeting happened after finance, with Cheshire Fire Department. And so just make aware that we're gonna bring to the town board a resolution on their behalf. To approve the issuance of a tax exempt note by their bank agreeing, in order to purchase a fire truck. So it's gotta run through a government agency for them to be able to get the tax exempt. So basically, this resolution is just saying that we are, they're associated with us as a municipality, so, I'm gonna be working on that today to get done, so you guys will see that on the town board. And then I should probably just have this as a standard agenda item, so we're done with the town hall project, but. Town hall update, we're still on par for moving in, or moving. From phase one to phase two on June 16th. With staff, with development moving upstairs, everybody being able to move into their offices. Clerk's office being able to move downstairs where development is for them to start phase one. Talking with everybody at the clerk's office and Jared, and we're gonna close town hall to the public on Tuesday, June 17th. To do one mass moving day, to try to get it all done, because we gotta really coordinate development and clerk's office at the same time, flip flop. So that the public notice will go out, the town hall will close on the 17th. We're actually gonna be closed that same week, it's not ideal, but we're gonna be closed the same week for Juneteenth.
19th, right?
So we'll be open Monday, Wednesday, Friday that week to the public, which, I think. Still be sufficient for people to get business done if they need to, but then we won't be able to get it done if, people are always in for development and everything, we gotta really. Take the time, we got a lot of furniture to put together, so.
Order off from IKEA.
No, Amazon. We're getting everything off contract through Amazon,
Gotcha.
through Bush and through the Pepin contract that, So, Pepin pretty much has nearly every piece of furniture that Amazon has as a contract item, including Bush furniture, which is also its own state contract. But we gotta get everything off contract with the amount they're bringing in, so, yeah, and so we just decided obviously to save costs with new furniture, just instead of having somebody come in, I mean, it like tripled the amount of the furniture cost to have people bring it to us and put it together. So we're just, we're all good, we agreed, we're just gonna save the money and do it ourselves, just pay for the actual furniture. So, as far as everything else goes. The bathrooms downstairs are coming along, I mean, they look really nice, if you haven't seen them yet. We're just
Functional yet?
not functional yet, we're still waiting on the petitions. Don't have a date yet still for that, thought they said they were gonna begin order That's the storefront door that's gonna be given.
We can go old school, skip the partitions if we're.
There we have like a barracks bathroom.
Yeah.
Terry Barracks.
Oh,
Hold hands.
the old World War II style that I went to, that was.
Yeah, so how,
How you doing?
so those are probably not gonna be done though by the time we move to phase two, but should be shortly after, so they're not gonna start on the upstairs bathroom in phase two until those ones are obviously ready. The tiling people, I talked with them this morning and agreed to open town hall for them during the overnight, they wanna do a week's worth of overnight work. For the time they could get a lot more done, in that way, so that's helpful too, because I was considering whether we were gonna have to close the public when they started tiling that, but, and that's simply just for code reasons, because we won't be able to get them to access the bathrooms upstairs, because of the work that's going on, stuff, so, but it looks like we probably won't have to do that, we'll see, we're gonna be flopping the main entrance around once all that gets started, so the public can have to come into the courtroom. And then we'll just have to coordinate how they're.
So all public access will be on the lower level.
It's gonna have to be for
Yeah.
a short time
Yeah.
while they demo the upstairs. Once they get to the offices,
They can,
they're gonna close off and do the offices, separate, so we can potentially have public come in and get to development and
yeah.
stuff, but for a while where they're gonna have to come in the downstairs, we're probably gonna have to leave Tammy down there to coordinate development coming down. Her desk isn't gonna be ready anyway with phase one, the clerk's area, that's a little, taking a little longer because of the millwork and stuff they're waiting on and. Storefront door for the exit, talk about that, I think July, when they can ship it.
Yep.
So, but the window that we're still waiting for what's gonna be Mike Warner's office. Should be, I think today was the ship date, so they expect to get it in by. Moving date, it's looking real good back there.
I talked briefly with Maggie, she just told me, she said the contractor might be like a few weeks behind on their overall schedule, but a lot of that has to do with like just delays and like.
Delays, yeah.
Materials, so,
A few weeks, we got a week behind, because due to a emergency that they had to pull guys off. To deal with an emergency at a hospital, for one of their hospital contracts, it was something that. Was a priority, they had to get it done, and. At the same time, the flooring people were in some like major accidents, so it actually worked out for them that they were able to pull guys off because they weren't able to get this other part done anyway, and that's what delayed the move in by a week. So just unforeseen circumstance, but everything else, yeah, was delays in, shipping and ordering and standard supply chain.
yeah, just wanted to make sure like that's clear, so.
Yeah.
But,
No,
but generally, she said everything's been going pretty well, so.
Tactical's been great, Jake has been great, and they've been very. Accommodating for us, been accommodating for them, I think it's been working out really well.
Did we get a decision yet from Murph on the egress we had?
I think we need to talk about that offline.
I gotta talk about something offline too. Code enforcement. Yeah, I was down at Onondaga, Jim, and I was looking at the fire guys were down there on that boat. Is there anything in the future that we do something about that dock? Cause it's terrible.
We're working on it,
It's
so we're
terrible.
actually coordinating.
Boats, got the center post out there.
The one that the boat's tied to, it looks, I mean, it's,
So I had asked Jared, I just mentioned to Jared, like, maybe we should look at the county, helping put something in towards that,
Yeah.
because they use it, the sheriff's office, and so he's working, he talked to them, they're putting in all their CIP projects now at the county level, so. Have the sheriff's office put in for a metal dock.
I mean, there's
And have the
some of
county
the boards
approve
are 2 inches, you know what I mean? You can trip over it.
So
It's terrible.
we're letting them, right now, they're replacing, the Cheshire asked to replace some boards on their own, so So, yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead, that's fine, if you wanna do it,
It's bad.
get them replaced, and then we're gonna be looking at some sort of project, hopefully through the county. To replace that dock.
The whole
with
thing,
the
yeah,
metal
that
dock,
makes sense, yeah,
So,
good.
Their contract with the county to let them use that spot, call out any.
nah, that's
You know,
simply.
I think it's $1 a
we
year or
just-
something for the sheriff's.
No, we charge them like 3,500
Oh, really?
to keep their boat stored, it's really just boat storage and, you know, and that's really it. Interior maintenance, same as like the lease at the firehouse,
Yeah,
they're, you know, they're supposed to, you know, any.
Just maintain it.
interior stuff,
Maintain it,
yeah.
well, they haven't maintained.
Well, the dock's not included there, however, there was an issue, I did go back and forth with with emergency management at the county because of a door issue they were trying to come at us with, and I said, nah, that's on you guys, and so, and they were trying to find all the old contract and digging it up, and we found something, and I said, I'm willing to bet when we find it, it's going to say
You guys.
interior and any, you know, wear and tear is on you guys, and sure enough, that's what it was, and then they stopped talking to me, so. Once I pointed that out, when we did find the contract, so. So yeah, that's the typical, you know, thing, any wear and tear that they cause and interior stuff is, it's on them, and we
Same
do
as
the
the
major.
firehouse.
Yeah, we do the major stuff, we did the roof.
Yeah, so much of the, what you talking about, now that we did the roof,
The boathouse,
yeah. But the ventilation system got installed at Station 2.
Oh, good, yeah, that's not,
Electrician's coming Monday to finish it. It should be operational after
that's
that.
great, yeah.
They're now, speaking of the firehouse,
Station 2,
yeah, they're now wanting us to do landscaping and plant flowers and stuff, and they're messaging Greg, and I said, that's.
well, I think part is, we gotta get rid of that crap in front, just take it out, make grass.
Yeah, well, I said to Greg, I'm like, you know. Cause they also want a tree down or something, I said, we have to get the equipment to do that, obviously, more so than that. The not major stuff is, but we're not coming in and mulching and planting flowers for them. That's in the lease, it actually says they're responsible for the land directly around the building, around the driveway and around the parking lot, so. Like, we don't have the time to just, you know.
That being said, we would like to have it look decent though, you know what I mean?
Correct,
So if we have to meet them halfway.
they've always done it.
Yeah.
They've always done it themselves, I think Ron Bement was the one who always did it,
Yeah.
he's retired, so now.
Now they
Now
got.
they're looking for us to do it, it's like,
I will say that we need to clean, wash one of the walls, there's a lot of stuff in that building. Should be washed and painted. Yeah,
the interior's on them.
I'm just saying, that should be.
We could be helpful though, you know what I mean?
You should-
Yeah.
We are,
Yeah,
we also give that to them for $1.
Yeah.
And we give them a lot of money for their fire contract.
contract.
Right, put a new roof on, I get all that stuff, but.
Is there any progress, John, on your future contract and that?
We haven't met again with them yet.
Okay,
We got, and talked a bit with Jared, so we gotta get them in the door again, so we're now meeting with Cheshire and we gotta know.
Who's got what, right?
What money's coming from where.
yeah, I meant to ask the question when you said that resolution to say that Cheshire work, the volunteers work with them. Cause you're looking at another truck. What kind of money are you talking about in another truck?
It's over $1 million.
$3,763,000.
Ladder truck?
It is acquisition of 2 pumper trucks and 1 quint
Oh.
aerial truck,
Oh, it's not bad.
so.
So it's
That
3
means-
vehicles,
Three vehicles,
$1 million each done around, yeah.
yeah.
So,
It's very.
takes it all.
What's that?
Here we are over the years.
Well,
You're
that's,
fired, Dad.
so this is for that, they're trying to get a tax exempt loan. For that, and then obviously the loan will, you know, be through, you know, whatever funds they have, plus whatever reserves they have, plus also, you know, if they got. So this won't have, this is separate from the negotiations that we just started yesterday regarding the percentages and.
Well, sure, but that's gotta factor into it, I mean, that, We're the
Correct.
principal source of income.
So,
Right.
so without this, the negotiations will probably have to start at a much higher rate, so we're good with. Letting them get this note, because I believe a lot of it comes from their reserves. And them getting this loan helps. Reduce where our starting point is for negotiations.
It's still gonna be a significant increase.
Hmm.
Did they give any projected life for that? These trucks don't last forever, obviously.
They're 20 years though, aren't they? Something like
But
that.
I think it's 20 years max.
Yeah,
Like the NFPA sets a date.
right, you gotta get rid of it. And then they sell them to
That's
some
like-
other fire district
Exactly.
for another 20 years.
That's like when you get those 20-year roof shingles and they only last
Yeah,
about
10 years.
15 years.
10 years.
So, but yeah, so to answer your question, we gotta get back with the city, which I don't think they're in any rush right now, because I believe they're still waiting for their report to come back there. Their manual.
Whatever that survey thing, yeah.
I'd be curious, John, like, let's just say the town board goes through with this. And perhaps the way to approach this increase, these trucks are not gonna show up next year.
No,
I mean, these trucks could be,
3 years out.
Yeah,
2 years
I-
out.
I believe they were talking 2 years down the road.
maybe you do so much in 26 and so much in 27, because they're not gonna pay for them until they get it.
Escalate the contract
Yeah,
over the
like-
course of time, yeah.
Yeah.
it's gonna
So
be so,
Well, yeah.
you
So
know,
I've gone in details, we're looking at a 3-year range for percentage wise and stuff, and so. But yeah, it's yeah, we just started, yeah, so we're meeting again in. End of June. End of the month. As I said, I'd like to like to have everything set, fire districts ready by end of August, so. So I don't wanna. Trying to get budget stuff done much sooner.
Well, you need to be putting the budget together,
Yeah,
so.
but again, that's gonna be also dependent on. City, because that's gonna. Also drive how we negotiate with Cheshire, who, you know, we're dealing with our overall fire district rate, not just the individual to the two. So. Yep. Nice.
I guess we pretty much finished this agenda, so. We wanna go offline for a while.
okay.
Let's do that. I would ask for a motion to adjourn, but the other two voting members of this committee
Well, that's
are
right.
here,
Yeah.
so.
We technically.
This was
have
a semi.
Right, yeah,
When you got three.
yeah.
One guy go,
All right.
but we're adjourned now.